Not the Redskins. Do it.
My mind is a street paved with Christmas lights, with reds, greens, and blues dancing with oncoming headlights into etches of memories blurred by Chevrolet exhaust. I have breathed in the steel dust, foreshadowing the prison this place will become. This is Flint, Michigan, where sightseeing feels like a Sunday morning nightmare, a funeral service where deep gray stained glass sprays liquefied light like feelings of color-shattered dreams lying in shards on these first modern American ruins. My words should fall like street signs that warn, do not trespass here. You cannot protect yourself from fresh wounds on old scars. The light sticks like every lie you ever told yourself, heavy on the skin. Most places smell of abandonment while the rest linger in denial, caught up in the euphoric stench of nostalgia. My family found their place here, and I have a last name to prove it. We aren't supposed to stay here, but misplaced dreams lead to misplaced lives. Now an old man builds a house in a garden where homegrown stories sprout and flourish, but you can't ignore the cage for pests hidden in the corn husks, set by a tripwire. Some things just aren't welcome, and some things will never leave. He was there in the beginning, young and strapped with ambition like a utility belt, a shed of tools, because depression years will leave any broken man singing for his salvation. They are dancing in conga line rubble through gateways for the delusional, looking for happiness in those sanctuary-like cars. He saw mostly the insides of factories. Assembly lines live and breathe like organs, intestines of a machine, just trying to get all the shit out, a liver lacking in enzymes to deconstruct this alcoholic city, while workers sit in silent cells stuck standing on minimum wage like a balance beam, ever aging, ever yearning, mitochondria dissolving. In Flint, the American dream amounts to the leftovers of businessmen scheming. Truth spills in the form of a rhetorical question. You want freedom? You better have a car. To get to and from work, will you make cars? For people to get to and from work, to make cars, to make cars, to make cars. God damn it! Sing for salvation the whole time. This is Flint. Go to war for this system. Come back an old man, plant that garden of stories and call them nostalgia. I see nothing but gray stained glass and skin, heavy with cells of sorrow that hope used to hold up on her Detroit piston legs. Hope is busted, rusted from tears shed by the city herself, crying on a fire that used to rage from the sparks of flint and steel, now extinguished. Shit. Those tears looked so damn pretty, running down all the ember-colored stained glass now turned gray from the rising ashes it left. A steel prison of thirst that Lake Michigan couldn't quench. She saw it coming once or twice, I'm sure. Temporary and fragile comfort can be found in the chapels of empty liquor bottles, but prayers written on the insides of glass fade with sobriety. They are dancing again, planting seeds in the garden and watering them with cheap whiskey.